This week you'll see us using the updates for our cabinets, the electric, and get to check out the DC to DC in action. Alrighty guys, this week's update is going to be very small. Just going to show you a quick little update on the cabinets. I've got them upholstered here, padded, upholstery on the sides. I've made one shelf here. It's obviously adjustable since on the 80/20, it'll raise and lower. I've got the hardware to try to make the door, meaning the gas struts, as well as the hidden hinges or the hinges for it. So I'll try to work on that probably this week. And right here I'm working on the next cabinet. I've got them sprayed, the edges all sprayed. I decided, I watched a bunch of videos on upholstering. What I'm doing is trying to tack the corners with the staples, and then I'm going to glue, wrap over glue. So I like it a little bit better, and I don't have to use all the staples. I just like the glue better. And then I will also show you in this update the power. I pulled the power out of the camper, and it's in my room. I'll show you that in a minute. And then I'm hoping this week that I will actually start to get to draw out the power cabinet for the van, and then we will try to go to Canada this week and get some of the 80/20 so I can start building that. But yeah, so this will be a short one, probably just a few minutes. If you have any input or questions, again, feel free, please ask, and we'll get back to you on them. Thanks, guys. Alrighty, so in the office, here is the gear that's going in, the power that's going into the van. We have a 400 amp hour Renogy single unit. It weighs about 100 pounds, but it's more compact than four 100 amp hour batteries. We have a 300 or 3000 watt inverter charger and the DC to DC Renogy 60 amp. With regard to the inverter charger, Jen and I figured out that we may punt the charger and go ahead and try to sell the inverter charger, because I don't know that we're going to need to plug the van into shore power. Since we don't think we're going to need shore power, we don't need an inverter charger. And if I end up not needing the inverter shore power, we'll just sell that inverter charger and just buy an inverter. Now the question is, how do we know if we're going to need it? What we're going to do is test out how well the 60 amp DC to DC charger is with our battery. We may end up putting two 60 amp DC to DC chargers on there. We do have a 175 amp hour consumer connection point. I think it's consumer connection point. So we can pull, theoretically, let's just say 100 amps an hour, which would charge this Renogy in 4 hours if it was completely drained. That said, it's going to be really hard to drain it. The other thing is we're going to build the van power system for two batteries. Even though we're only going to do one, I want to make sure that if we find that when we're on the road and we start doing stuff that we run out of battery, we want to have more, then I would want to have space for a second one. I don't think that's going to happen because 400 amp hours is a lot, and all we have to do is drive. So the only way we would run out of battery is if we park for days on end without charging. All we have to do is start the van and it'll start charging, so it could idle for a little while and it would charge, or drive it. Oh, if we decide to get an air conditioner, then I would want to get a second battery. Alrighty guys, today I'm going to do a short little vid, or this part of this video is going to give you a quick hit on the power system we have. I keep talking about it. I think I showed a little picture. I've got it temporarily set up in Nigel so we can use it this weekend, and I'll show you what the setup looks like. So I went ahead and used some rib nuts to tie the board against the side of the van. Up here I have my 12 volt breaker. This little fuse box right here is for the heater. I went ahead and got the Renogy inverter, 3000 watt inverter. I do have an inverter charger. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in the camper because we're not plugging this guy in. Down below is the Renogy DC to DC. And then below that is my 400 amp hour Renogy battery. Right here I have the anchor. It's just sitting here temporarily. But for future reference, we'll probably have it somewhat laid out like this. Somewhat laid out like this in the long term. The inverter and the charger will come down a little bit. And then I'm going to leave room for 2 of these Renogy batteries in case we decide later we want to get a second one we can plug in. I'll just slide this guy back a little tiny bit. So what I'll do is I'll show you the inverter charger is plugged in. Right now the wiring is just laid out here. I haven't tucked it in yet. It goes along the wall here and it ties in. It ties in down here on the side of the seat. We have 2 outlets, 2 customer connection points. The middle one's a 175 amp port, and it will allow the charge to go through when the battery's running or when the car's running. Let me show you real quick. My phone is monitoring the DC to DC, but right now you can see it says not charging. It's got 12.3 volts on the starter. The starter amp's 2.6, so it knows how much power is coming through and it knows not to try to do anything. If I back up on the Renogy app, you can see the battery is currently at 97%, 388 amp hours remaining. And what I'll do here is I will turn the van on and you'll see this change up. Let me see if I can get it set up. Alrighty, it's not charging. So we'll start the van up, give it a moment, and we should see these numbers change to 14 something, and then it'll kick on, and we should see some charging going on here. So now it kicked up to 14.8 volts, and the DC to DC charger is saying, oh wait a second, something's going on here, I got some power. So I was thinking about it. We'll come back here real quick. So again, we can see it doesn't yet show that it's charging. It's, currently with the lights on, it's dragging 1.5 amps out. Oops. So now this guy's charging. So you can see right now it is charging after the started up, and it's putting 814 watts back into the battery, which in turn means this guy says it'll take 11 minutes to fully charge it back up. It is 97, so it's basically full. And so yeah, the DC to DC works great. And so as you can see, we're currently good to go with our current power system. From here, it's just a couple of other connections we might do. The remote button connect for the inverter needs to be set up correctly, as well as there is a Renogy One app that we can use to monitor everything. But you can see I can monitor on my phone. So I might find a place for the Renogy One app, but that gives you a panel where you can see the battery level. I haven't been very satisfied with that app. When I had it in the camper, frequently it would show nothing. I'd have to do an update. It feels kind of clunky. The app on my phone always seems to work. The one benefit of the Renogy One app is if you have a Wi-Fi area, then you can monitor it from anywhere with your phone as long as it's on network and your phone's on network, then you can see it. That said, if it's acting funky and it's not giving you the updates, not showing it on the local, it's not showing you remote. So it's kind of clunky app. I'm not all that happy with it, but it is what it is. So there you go. I hope you like the energy of the power system we have there. This next week I'll be getting a bunch of 80/20, so I'll start trying to build out the cabinets for the power, as well as try to go get the water tanks for the fresh and the gray, and I can start building out the tank the cabinet for the water tank, and then the cabinet for the kitchen area. And those should be the 3 things. I have 4 cabinets already built for the overhead. I have the 4 cabinets for the overhead built. I just have to work on hanging them properly, and the front doors. I'm trying to work on the front doors and the hinges and how we're going to open and close them. So anyways, hope you like that, and we will see you soon. Alrighty guys, we have the van out, Nigel out. Oh, by the way, I put a new sticker. Let me show you. Smashing. So we got Nigel out. We're at Lake Erie Campground. It's a beautiful day. There's a woman doing her Instagram view. The dogs are here. We got a little hill, and the lake is behind us. And right up there is Mount Erie. So we're taking it out, giving it a good run this weekend or just tonight. Again, you can see. Alright, the park host came with his little lawnmower car to talk to us real quick. I made sure we could let Gia throw the ball with her for a little. But there you go. There's Jen finally gets her, like I said, her Instagram thing. You can see we do have our mattress. This is our 6-inch trifold memory foam mattress. Once I start getting the build across, it'll be this way. Oh, like I was going to show you was the power. You can see the power here. My DC-to-DC worked beautiful. Here's our Renogy 3000 watt inverter, and of course my 400 amp hour battery. And up there you can see the cabinets. Again, I got the hinges so I can actually put the fronts on, so I'll put them on this week. And I have more spray coming so I can make the 4th cabinet for this side. And then so we'll get the doors, and then I'll start working on the slats this week. So all in all, hope you enjoy this. We'll get a little bit of vid, a little bit of picture. We got some food we're gonna make, some sausage and eggs, and then a little bit later. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take the dog and let her play some. All right, so this is pretty dang nice. We're on the little floating dock. Of course, the fishing season isn't open, but it would be nice to be here when it's fishing. Again, there's our camper, there's Nigel, Mount Erie behind it. And we're gonna go check out the grocery store real quick. What's for dinner today? We're gonna have sausage and eggs on with our cooker back behind me, our electric skillet. We got these Cutco knives. We moved into our house from our realtor almost 9 years ago. Never used them. We decided this is a great place to have them in the van. So we'll have good, sharp, small size knives for the van. Perfect, and they cut so good. So I guess the biggest purchases we have left for the van, individual items, are the refrigerator and the water tanks, I think. Oh, and the shower. The shower's $1,700, unless we get the seats, which I think we're probably gonna end up getting, huh?
Yeah.
Looky there. Sausage is frying. It's our inductive skillet. Guess I couldn't get it out of my pie hole, but that's what it is. Plugged into our inverter. Battery. This thing is full of 70 amps. I got it set to 360, and that was kind of wacky in the camera. It said because we're using this, it's only 5 hours left on our battery, but of course we're not going to be cooking for probably more than 10 minutes, so we'll be good to go. Alrighty, woman, what do you think?
Delicious.
They came out okay. Here's our view for dinner. And let me do a quick look. Our battery's at 95.5%. Sorry, yeah, 95.6. Hasn't figured out how much time we have left, but it's a long time. Normally we're going to be using our little gas Coleman propane stove, especially in a place like this where we have a picnic table. And you saw us with our camper do that. So this is just kind of an experiment test, see how it would work. So we'll use that stove, the electric skillet thing there, when it's cold and we can't get outside to cook. I gotta eat, leave me alone. Alrighty, so we're out and about. We're at the lake. It's evening time. We got the covers all on. Here, the cabinets are looking a little better. Don't ignore that snack food. Woman, how's you liking it?
Perfect. I'm having a great time.
She says perfect. The dogs are okay. Though there was a little breezy when we got here, but the wind is settling down. There's some people close to us that have tents and roof tents and everything. And we just want to say that having this van makes it so nice. We don't have to set up. We don't have to unset up. We were here, we ate kind of early, and Jen says, I would like some chips. There's a store just right around the corner, maybe a mile. So we just close the doors, drive to the store, pick up a little bag of chips, come back, and we're here. The van is just making all the difference. It's just changing it all because we don't have to pack. And the more we get the van built out, the easier it's going to be. We're not going to have to pack the van before we come. It's going to be all ready. All we'll need to do is bring our clothes and stuff we'll put in the fridge, maybe top off the water tank. And that's going to be it, because that's just the way we want to be. We're going to go on the weekends, leave Friday after work, take off. Who knows where we'll end up. We have membership at Harvest Host and Boondocker Welcome, and of course we'll find maybe some remote off-grid camping sometimes, or state parks or whatever, first come first serve kind of deal, and we'll just wing it. And the van's going to make it so it's really simple for us. We don't have to pull the trailer. With the trailer, it works great. We don't have to pull it. We don't have to find a place. It's easy to get in and out of anywhere you can take your car, or should I say anywhere you can take a truck, the van will go. So it's just a huge win. I mean, even this little trip to Anacortes, and of course only 30 minutes away. We're only coming here because we wanted to see the author of the San Juan Mystery Series books that we've been reading for a while. The 10th book is coming out, and he's going to be in the library in Anacortes at 1 tomorrow. So we're like, let's just go spend the night. Take the van, take Nigel out, and spend the night. And then we'll just hang out in Anacortes, walk around, enjoy the town, and then go to the library. So it just makes it easy. Well, good morning. It might not be morning. Well, it's 9 something. But this we have woke up to the lake, smooth as glass behind us. Mount Erie back there. There's Nigel relaxing. So the heater, I had to double check. It seemed to be different. It was turning itself down, but not off. So in the middle of the night, instead of when it got to the temperature we wanted to, instead of turning off, it would just go down real low. So I wasn't really sure if that's the way it should be working, but we'll see. I turned it off like around 3 in the morning, so I was like, just getting me nervous with it just running. So it got cold in the van, like around 40. But then I turned it on in the morning, and in 10 minutes it was down to up to 68, 69 degrees, so it's nice. So we'll see how it goes. But the mattress was spectacular. Sorry if I'm squinting, the sun is right behind the camera. So we'll take the dogs out, get them fed. We're gonna head over to Anacortes. I think we're gonna swing by Washington Park to to check out because they have first come first serve camping, just to scope it out. And then we are gonna grab some breakfast, and then we're gonna go see D.W. Ulsterman to see get his book signed. So we'll